The second International Humanitarian Pledging Conference for Syria, under the auspices of the United Nations, is currently dominating the news due to its compelling and humane connotations. Not only has the news of this highly anticipated conference dominated a number of news mediums in Kuwait and regionally, many societies, organizations, and individuals globally have been closely monitoring information pertaining to the conference, as the money pledged during the conference will alleviate the struggles and pain of the millions of Syrian refugees who are in dire need of financial aid.
This is the second time Kuwait is hosting this conference, and last year there were pledges, of course, and we hope that this year the pledges for the Syrian refugees to ease their situation, as the Syrian war is prolonging and the situation is becoming much more tougher for the Syrian refugees. So we hope that this year's pledges will be higher than the last year, and it will be taken into action, which is much more important. And we hope that this will be a very good example of the cooperation of the international community, because the Friends of Syrian group, the countries, members for that group are here, and there will be important speeches being given by the leaders of that country. So I believe that as Turkey is also one of the most affected countries by the Syrian conflict and is also giving very much importance for the situation of the Syrian refugees. So we are here to cover the conference, and we are here to make it louder.
And it's a great thing Kuwait puts together for, from a philanthropic standpoint. You see all the wealth, which is a lot better than a lot different than we're accustomed to in the States. And I think it's good to see them not only giving back, but then organizing 70 other countries to give back. It's pretty phenomenal, and it's we wouldn't probably not have been aware of it in the States, because our media obviously covers different things, but it's it's nice to see. It's good. And I think, what was the goal? I think it was $6 billion they're trying to raise this year. 6.5. Yeah. So that's, if you think about the conflict, and I've been reading up more and more about it, that's good. I mean, it's hopefully can bring some sort of stability to your region, and preserve the Middle Eastern culture. I guess it's less war and more philanthropy is a good place to start. So I think it's very admirable, and it's very fortunate to be here.
Many journalists have noted how important and significant the Syria Donor Conference is, and that they hope such a conference will open the eyes of many people and organizations to the poor situation of the Syrian refugees who are in urgent need of financial aid. Journalists and US citizens noted that Kuwait is a great model of humanitarian causes and events, as it has led the way both times for Syrians who are living in despair. This is the second Syria Donor Conference to be hosted by Kuwait, which speaks volumes of Kuwait's willingness to extend their hand and support societies who need such help.
I think it's excellent that they have organized this, and efforts to try to resolve and assist a lot of the people that have been affected by it. I know a lot of innocent bystanders were unfortunately involved. And hopefully the funds that they receive are able to make a significant impact. I know tomorrow, after attending the conference, we will be a lot more enlightened and be able to, hopefully drum up some support back in the United States with our colleagues and classmates.
I hope other countries learn from this, to see the ability for you guys to reach out to other countries and to work together for a great need or a great cause. I hope other countries, especially like the United States, can learn. I think it's very, very admirable. And to touch on what my colleague said before, I think it's just important that, of course, people who are a little bit more fortunate can reach out to the innocent bystanders who were affected by this tragic event. I think even though you guys have become a little bit more open to culture, you still hold on to your culture, which is very important. I got to see, and you're open as well, which is a little bit of something that we don't get to opportunity to see when we're researching Kuwait. Just coming over here, the people are so nice, so hospitable, and every place we've been, we've gotten nothing but gracious comments. And Kuwait is amazing. Like, we've had a great time. So the culture itself is still strong but open, which we would not probably see in other parts of the area.
Journalists and visiting participants have further stated that they are fascinated by the beauty and hospitality of Kuwait and have been intrigued by its stance towards the millions of Syrian refugees and hope that Kuwait will inspire many nations around the world. As part of the Syria Donors Conference, international journalists and media representatives are touring a number of heritage sites that depict the cultural beauty of Kuwait. From Beit Al Othman Museum, I'm Genra Jabouri, reporting to you for the English News.